Hello everybody, how is it going? So today we are playing some Reiju. Yeah, I don't know. that's about it. I'm just again kind of just going through the decks I want to play for 06 because we are so close. And yeah, the kind of the main two are Yamato and Reiju. But first match is up against a Gecko, who is going to do nothing turn 1, and then turn 2 will attempt to use leader, does not hit anything off the mills. Yeah, it just be like that. If you want to risk it like that, you know, not always going to hit something. We're just going to cycle the Niji for a small Ichiji. Man, I'm so bad with their names, like I have to genuinely think about their names. But, yep, and we do have the Ichiji set up, so we get to go 5 and then 7. He ends up taking both. We're just gonna pass it back. He could have the answer to this this 7 drop, and he has the Ice Age, so he needs Ice Age Absalom here. And looks like he YOLO'd it again and whiffed and then conceded. Okay, next game. Yeah, what's up with like happened with Sakazuki, happened with Gecko? Like I feel like there's always someone that'll just like either misplay or get unlucky and just like instantly DC. You know, I get it, like he probably didn't start with any of the Thriller Bark names, so it can definitely be frustrating, but it's like it's the very beginning of the game, you might as well play it out. Like isn't that what testing is for? I don't know, whatever. We got a Katakuri. Katakuri is scary. Talking about not Yamato's, Reiju's matchups a little bit. This deck, like, it can win, but I feel like it has quite a couple like notable matchups that aren't favorable. Red Purple Law is kind of just an auto lose. It literally turns off your entire deck. Yamato is very hard. Even like when you play the in-engine blocker, it still feels kind of hard. Yellow in general, you need to just have a strong opening. This deck almost feels like, you know, with Law, when you just have all your pieces and you just pop off. That's kind of what this deck feels like, where it's like, if you have your Ichiji set up, turn 2, you know, you're in a really good spot. If you have, like, a well-timed Niji, right? Niji's the blue one. You're in a really good spot. But, yeah, this game, I don't have the Ichiji set up, and I don't think I have the Niji set up. I have too many cards to play Reiju, so I just end up playing the Ichiji and just seeing what happens. He does a whole lot to banish one of my lives. Honestly, yeah, that's all good. Reiju is very good at like kind of getting in a loop where you can defend yourself for one turn, the next turn you draw a bunch, and then just doing that over and over. So yeah, we thankfully do get rewarded for hard playing this Ichiji, because now we can swing with it and then also bring out the 7 drop. To be fair, this swing was very greedy. Like, I could have very easily gotten Onami'd, but I wanted the value, okay? Always greed until you get punished and then you lose. But, yep, we're going to use the effect to bring out the 7 drop, bringing down Perospero by 2k. I was originally planning on just hitting the Perospero with the Niji, so he didn't get the float effect, but now he has an Okiku or a Kiku Nojo, so I'd rather bounce that, so we will bother to clear the Perospero. Feels a little bit bad, you know, giving him a search, but it's inevitable, right? I guess I can't bounce all of them. I will say one of, like, the best feelings in this deck is, like, yellow triggering a Kiku Nojo, and then you just immediately respond with the Niji. Feels great. Just, there you go, here's no counter for you. So yeah, we'll Niji the Okiku, and then we'll play a Reiju to draw 2. Not bad. Our board's pretty wide. We are a little bit low, but like if we really need to, we can just play Queen next turn and wall up a bit. Queen is so crazy in this deck. It's actually just, it's a plus 2, right? Because you play 1 and then you draw 3, like, or you draw 2, right? You draw 2, so it's a +1. It's a pot of greed. Had to think about it, because you have to, you technically draw 3, but you draw 2, discard 1, then you draw another. So yeah, you're only actually drawing 2. But still, yeah, card is crazy. Still, going plus and also establishing a 5/6 blocker, like, come on. How much? What more could you want? But looking back at Katakuri's turn here, he plays a Soul Pocus, which is very interesting. On this one, I'm not confident enough to go for game soon, so we'll give him the life. If I get hit with another one of those effects, like 7 Mom or another Soul Focus, I might just have to, like, I'll probably trash my life and then just try to go for game. But at this point, nah. Maru's the Onami. Alright, word. I'll just probably counter out of both attacks this turn because we still have another queen. Or just one queen. And we have the Reiju set up now. So, if we want more cards, we have access to them. I'm going to ignore this Onami, because if he wants to commit Dawn to swinging with it, it's fine. It's all good. And we're just going to probably swing baseline here. Just 5, 5, 6, 7. Just try to get cards out of his hand. He doesn't have a ton, honestly, but he still has 3 life. And those 3 life could very easily just be triggers, so yeah, we're going to just try to get through him. Hoping he'll take a 5k. He does take a 5k. Maybe it got a trigger here, but I don't think he ends up using it. Yeah, no. And then we'll go 7. Hopefully we'll take, and he does. Same thing, no trigger. Alright, cool. Yep, just gonna play the queen. Feels like the safest play. Can't get a Marut or anything like that. Can get hit with, what's that card? Reject, which is kind of scary. Oh yeah, I almost completely forgot. We should talk a little bit about the ban list. Yeah, that is, it's a very minimal list, I'd say. Like, yeah, banning Sakazuki, I guess, isn't that minimal, but just hitting Reject in yellow and Great Eruption in black, and then banning Sakazuki, kind of errataing it. Yes, they kind of killed the leader. I'm not gonna lie. The effect, you know, discard a Marine, I think specifically, or Navy, whatever, and then -1, you don't get to cycle or anything like that. Yeah, leader's not very good. But, you know, they didn't kill Gecko or anything like that. You know, they left the 8-drop and all the new cards untouched. We don't even know if we're gonna get it in like our format. So we'll have to see on that. If it does end up going through, I'm curious when. Like, I honestly, like, I kind of hope it's like at the beginning of 06, because what's the point of playing in a format where we know Sakazuki will just be banned? So, I mean, you know, whatever. Yeah, it would kind of suck that, like, Reject is just coming to us and it'd be immediately banned. But I think that's fine, you know? I think it's okay. I want to be in the format I know that's inevitably coming, unless it's just not coming at all to our format, which I guess is completely possible. But, yeah, we'll see. Those are kind of just my thoughts. Kind of sucks they killed Sakazuki. Could have hit more black cards, but that also hits Gecko. And, yeah, Gecko was very well represented in their meta, but was not, I guess, as impressive as Sakazuki. So, I'm kind of okay with the leader ban. The errata is not good, but whatever. It is what it is. We're gonna have to see how it is here. And yeah, those are kind of just my thoughts. I hope they don't have a very weirdly timed ban list, because that would be very annoying. Regardless, going back to the game, he soul focuses, and then I trash my life, and now I'm going for game, because he is on 1 life, and is pretty much dead after he triggered that cracker. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess if he lives his turn, you know, he can go for game, but maybe try to bait you have the counter so I don't overcommit, but I don't think there's any reality where I'm not just always going for game. So fair enough for triggering it. Next up, we have Uta. And this matchup, this game was just very hard. It was, I went on for what felt like forever. Probably wasn't actually forever, but we'll see. Yeah, this deck is very good at going wide. In my deck, or, you know, just Reiju in general, like, it's decent at going wide. You know, like, they're not going to really have efficient answers, at least Uta, to, like, my 7-drops and stuff like that. My start wasn't the best, but Kaya kind of just saved the game, so we take those. Yeah, just thinking on my discard. Sadly, I get rid of a 2k, but I think it's fine. You know, we have the 4-drop set up for next turn. I thought about playing the Reiju there, or the stage, my bad, and just didn't end up doing it. I'm like, nah, I'm on going first curve. I'll have the extra Dawn next turn to play the stage and my Ichiji, so that's just the plan. He goes Brook into Usopp. I have, like, no great answers for it. Like, sure, I could Niji, but it's not that good. Also, I didn't even have... I did have 3 drops. Yeah, I could have Niji'd. But, whatever. We're just going to establish our big body because I feel like it's just when you get the most value from Ichiji, just slapping one down early and he's there for a lot of the game because it's hard to out a 7k body or /7 drop early game. So, that is nice, but he does have 2 bodies, and me like committing my bigger swings into these bodies does feel kind of bad. If I find another Ichiji, maybe I'll reduce either the Brook or the Usopp and like just try to trade leader with it, and that'd be cool. But yep, that's where we're at. He plays Nami, finds a Zoro. He's gonna attack me for 5. I'll inevitably probably take 1 damage this turn. I would like to take... yeah, 1 is fine. I was kind of surprised he went 5-5-7. Kind of thought he'd go 5-6-6. So I'd have to drop like 2 2Ks. But, you know, it's whatever. This was kind of the best outcome for me because I just dropped 2 1Ks and I just eat the last hit for free. And we top deck an Ichiji and then we immediately find the small one. So we might do that exact play I was just talking about of playing down the Ichiji, reducing either the Usopp or the Brook. We'll go with the Usopp and just swinging 5 at leader with it. Still have 2 Dawn left over to play down the Reiju. I believe I have a 4-drop Reiju in trash. If I don't, it's sad times. I imagine he'll just let this go. He might not to like force me to swing 7 at it, but like I guess I just kind of get 2 free cards if, you know, that's what he does. He does counter, and I just end up clearing both of them because if he wants to drop 2 more cards, I guess that's fine. I don't know. I'm definitely winning on board at this point with 2 7Ks. There is the like impending doom of 8-drop Kid. Like my deck struggles very hard against 8-drop Kid. I need to find another Ichiji to even like think about dealing with that. Okay, I didn't have a Reiju set up, so instead I just searched. Fair enough. But yeah, 8-drop Kid is very hard for Reiju because your highest body, I guess, is technically Judge, and you'd probably need to get down a Judge to even like try to contest Kid. But yeah, I mean, it's still, even with the Judge, it's like not that good. Like the best case scenario, you have a couple of D7 drops and you reduce the Kid and you just go very wide into it, but it gets very hard because like it almost guaranteed lives 1 turn against Reiju because you don't have a lot of Dawn to work with. Yeah, it's a mess, but he plays Luffy, no 8-drop Kid, at least yet. We'll hope it stays like that. We're just gonna go 7, and he will take the 7. Probably just go 7 again. Psych. We'll go 5 first. I guess just kind of baiting him to tap his Luffy. Like, he definitely should. Like, I'm probably not going to swing at it. And even if I do, you have the Uta blocker to protect it. But we get a free 2k counter. Kind of insane exchange there. We're plussing up. We'll play Queen, draw 2, discard a Niji, pick up both Reijus, go 7 again. I kind of want to play a Reiju. We'll see. He should definitely take the Luffy block in just 1k. Or I mean like 2k if he has to. Yeah. I guess the rest of his hand is just 2ks. We'll play Reiju, draw 2 more, cycle out the stage, pick up a Ichiji. Kind of just wanted anything with counter there. Stage is pretty useless, so nice we hadn't used stage before, you know, drawing into it. And yeah, his board like is definitely kind of scary. He's pretty low on hand size though, and if he keeps using Uta effect, it's not going to go up too much. Like at most here, he draws 2 more, and then if he restands with Uta, he'll only have 5 in hand. Yeah, I mean, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Like, we have a ton of cards in hand. We still have another Queen if we need to continue to wall up, draw more cards. So I mean, yeah, not too bad. But he is just going to go 7. And we will end up taking it. We're kind of inevitably going to take 1 damage this turn. It's going to be kind of hard to defend all of these hits. But now he's just going to start swinging baseline. So I'm pretty sure he's just going to 10 Dofi. Psych, he searched, so he's not going to 10 Dofi. So at some point, I probably should have taken the free block here. I don't even think I registered in my mind that he tapped 1, so I can't get Dofi'd here. I don't really know what the punish would have been if I just used my Queen, so yeah, I probably should have just used the Queen. That's my bad. I guess at least here, if he goes 7, I can just block with queen in 2k. But I don't even think I'll get that value. I'll probably just end up dropping a 2k on the 6k swing. So yep, that's definitely my bad. I was not getting dofied. And I think about like blocking with queen and 1k, but I like all of my 1ks in my hand. Like I don't want to drop any of them. So it's probably best to just 2k and accept that we kind of messed up a little bit. But it's alright. He's going to be down to 3 cards if he decides to restand the Luffy, which he does. And this turn I do decide to swing at the Nami just to like hopefully like bait him into either blocking with Luffy or just getting rid of the Uta. Obviously it's a much better to just let it go, and I do think that's what he ends up doing. So good play. Force me to swing at his leader, keep your the majority of your board. So we'll just go 7. We'll probably swing 5 at some point. Just try to sneak it in there. Hope he doesn't, free block it. To be fair, like free blocking is, I guess, a little bit scary, but not really, right? You have 3 blockers. It's not that bad. So yeah, we'll try to just sneak in a 5k. Hope he counters. Swing 7 with Reiju and just play another queen. Kind of really can't go for game yet into 3 blockers, so we just want to get him down on resources. He'll probably just block with the Luffy and counter. And then we'll play queen. We'll draw some more cards. Just kind of looking for counter here. Yeah, cycle out the Judge to hopefully find more counter. I feel like Judge is so rarely like used in this deck, but like the times when you like need it, it is good, Like, I'm trying to think of a good example, but at the current moment it's not coming to me. But if you know. That's all I gotta say. That was, yeah, real. Besides that, he's gonna new Genesis, find an Uta. So if he wants to really wall up, he can. Next turn, we're probably gonna try to go for game because my resources are gonna dwindle this game or this turn after all of his swings. So yeah, we only have 2 2Ks right now, and we do have the 2 blockers, so it's not like we're dying, but we're not gonna have a ton of cards in hand by the end of this turn. He's gonna start off with an 8k swing. I could block, go 2k 1k. It's like a little bit scary to do that, so I'll just take, which somehow feels safer. I know my last card wasn't counter now, which is, unfortunate, but we have the 3rd Ichiji set up now in case we need that to go for a game. So that could be very important. He's going to swing 5. Psych. He's going to swing 6. So, yep. Can't take a free block. Probably wasn't going to anyway because I am scared. We'll just drop a 2k. And, yep. We'll see what he does. He swings 8. Can block in 2k, 1k. But I think I just end up dropping a bunch of counter. So maybe I probably should have blocked. We know he has the Uta, but if he's like really going for game, he can go like 8-8. And then it does chew up both my blockers, but then we just live, or at least should. He goes 8 again. We'll block with queen. And it's like right here, I guess he could also do I'm invincible and then still restand with the Uta if he has, another event for it, which isn't like super likely, but it's not impossible. He does play the other Uta, so we're alive. He can restand both these Luffys, but I think in a way it makes it easier for me to go for game if he does that. Like, yeah, like 4 blockers, but I have 5 attacks, technically 6 if you count the Ichiji, so there should be some reality where I can get game here. We have 8 Dawn, which is not bad for Reiju, We got, this game I guess has been pretty long, a lot of turns. Because I think we have like minus a Dawn almost every turn. So, yeah. We're going to not cycle out just yet. I kind of want to keep it out of his mind that I have the 7 drop. Unless I just do it now and I'm just talking. No, I think it's what I do. Because right now 7 is just like either you guaranteed take this or you block. So we'll take it. We'll see what he decides to do. I imagine he'll probably take the life and then worry about defending after. I pretty much have like 4 extra Dawn to work with, which means one of my swings won't be 7. Like ideally I'd just be able to have 5 7s here, but I'm only going to have 4. So we're just going to have to hope he doesn't have a 2k in hand after, you know, blocking and then dropping the Uta. So he's pretty much committed like to killing me next turn by defending that Luffy, you know, not holding it or anything. But I mean, like, fair enough, right? Because I guess if he just decides to sack off the Luffy and stuff, I have like a potential to live again, because I could always, you know, play another queen, draw a bunch of cards. But we're going for the 6 here, which is risky, but he doesn't have a 2k, so he takes the free block. So that means the rest of this is just guaranteed. We'll go 7, and then we'll play down the Ichiji and go 7 again. And that's just the game. We'll cycle it out first, just for fun. We whiff, which is funny. But I mean, I think we're pretty low on deck size and stuff, so it's reasonable. It cut off there. I'll have to maybe fix that in editing or something. But we did get the win. Yeah, there's no 0 cost event that counters for 3 or anything like that. Unless he had another card in hand, which he didn't. So yeah, my bad. Kind of edited that weirdly. But finally, we have a Yamato, which is another harder matchup, I'd say. Definitely not unwinnable or anything like that. I feel like the only unwinnable matchup is Red Purple Law. And this mirror is really bad too. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. I feel like if you're the Reiju that doesn't immediately have a -1 effect, you're in just such a bad spot. Like, I think you need to go second, and you just need to see like Reiju like turn 1, or like at least Ichiji turn 2, or any of them turn 2, because if they get one off before you, your deck doesn't function. So it's terrible. It's really bad. You maybe even go first and then just like Reiju turn 2, but then if they have the Reiju turn 1, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's almost worth in that matchup just playing one of the little guys and sacking them off without playing anything, just to make sure your deck doesn't get turned off. Like, that mirror is not very good. But we eat the first big attack on his following. You know, we respond with our 5k and then play the 7 drop. Following turn, he goes 6, plays the Ohm. This is great for me. That thing is going to get Niji'd so hard. Feels good. Him not finding the Ohm, or the Holy, is just really, really good for me. He took his life very fast. I'm not gonna lie. Like, him taking the 5k was definitely kind of greedy. Maybe he doesn't have much experience in this matchup, but yeah, definitely probably shouldn't have done that, because he'll probably have to take at least one of these 7s this turn, and he does. But he gets a Kiku Nojo, which is very annoying, so now I have to bounce that instead of the Ohm. But, you know, alright, it makes the match a bit more interesting. I think if he didn't get that and I bounced the Ohm, like, my spot was just like too ridiculous. So alright, you know, he's still in the game. He is on 7 Dawn. Hody is not that scary. I guess he could contest my board a bit if he wanted to, but it puts him at 0, and then he just gets attacked for a lot. And then yeah, it's a bad time. So I doubt Hody's coming. I don't even know what the best like play this turn would be for him. I guess try to put me to 0 and then like try to like wall up a bit if you can. I don't know. He got himself in a pretty bad spot by taking that first 5k. Don't think it was the best idea. He's gonna go 2 Dawn on Yamato, attack me for 7. We will definitely counter that because there's no reason not to. 5 Dawn remaining, plays the Momo, isn't able to heal off of it, but I guess at least it's a blocker, right? It could be worse. And then he's gonna go 8 at the Ichiji. We have to drop 2 1Ks. Feels bad, but we can't just let that go. We have the queen to wall up a bit and draw a bunch of cards, so yeah, there's just no way we let that go. We're gonna field spell, cycle the Ichiji, find a Niji. This turn I was pretty like dead set on playing the queen, but after a little bit of little bit of thought, I think it's worth playing the Ichiji. He will counter out of the 7 here. Just because I potentially, like, get the Momo if he, what's it called? Doesn't have a lot of counter in hand, which is, it kind of feels like he doesn't. We're going to reduce the Ohm. Hope to just trade with it for free. He'll probably let it go. Like, if he free blocks, it's kind of scary. Like, I probably just cleared the Momo and the Ohm, and then I'm, like, guaranteed alive next turn, which is not the best outcome for him. So he lets the Ohm go. Good play. We'll go 6 with Niji. He'll take. And then we'll go 7 with Ichiji. Obviously, he can, like, block in 2k here. Or if he doesn't have a 2k, he can block into 1ks. He definitely needs to keep this Momo, because he needs to try to go for game. And he does. Drops 2 1ks. We'll play down the Reiju. We'll draw 2. Honestly, don't have a ton of counter power in hand, but he should be on, how many Dawn? He's on 9 Dawn. So he needs to find a way to split. We still have 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get up to 10. So if he goes 9, I can get out of it, and then I'm guaranteed alive. And it should just be game. If he goes, like, exactly 10, makes that read, it's still fine, because he'd only have 4 Dawn to go on Momo. And surely we get at least 1k counter out of life. But he goes 7, which, I mean, fair enough. Like, the spot was very hard to win. Kind of needed, like, an Amaru to get around just the basic Dawn math. So, fair enough. And we end up taking that. But, yeah, that is pretty much the video. This deck is really fun. Has some tougher matchups compared to Yamato. But I still think definitely worth giving a try if you guys haven't already. It's just nice to play this color combo. This is like what I feel like Blue Purple Croc wanted to be, but just never got there. Like, you actually just draw so much and cycle so much in this deck. It's a lot of fun. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.